let's win the game.
Attention, fan! Get ready because today's episode is loaded with spectacular news. We're starting with a former player who earned the starting job on another team, and that could absolutely net the Vikings an extra draft pick. Next, a power running back is on the acquisition radar and could become the new tactical piece in our backfield. And there's more. Fantasy projections put a veteran somewhere between hidden value and a trap, depending on Kevin O'Connell's plan. Meanwhile, in practice, a rookie is turning more heads than ever and poking at the depth chart. All that and more you're about to find out right now. Welcome. Show your Viking support by reaching 100 thumbs up on today's video. It sounds like fate playing games, but an announcement in Indianapolis could turbocharge the draft without the Vikings lifting a finger. The Colts chose to roll with Daniel Jones as the starting QB, setting Anthony Richardson aside for now. Here's the twist. Because of Jones's brief stop in Minnesota at the end of last season, the Vikings could receive a compensatory fourth-round pick in the 2026 draft if he hits the snap count threshold. If he doesn't, a fifth-rounder still comes in. And what's the bar? 3/5 of the season as a starter, which is right around 60% of the games. Suddenly, a Colts decision becomes fuel for our long-term plan without trading anyone or spending cap space. Take a breath and think it through with me. Jones signed a one-year deal worth around $14 million in total, with about $13.5 guaranteed and playing time bonuses per Adam Schefter. Naturally, that incentivizes Shane Steichen to keep him on the field if he's even moderately efficient. The catch: efficiency hasn't been Jones's calling card lately. Over the last 2 seasons, he has more interceptions than touchdowns. If things go south, pressure to pivot back to Richardson, young, top 10 pick, heavy investment, grows by the week. It's a razor's edge. Enough time to get us that fourth rounder, but good enough play to avoid losing the job. On our side, Minnesota's front office knows how to turn day 3 picks into useful pieces. An extra fourth becomes real ammo, climbing a few spots for a Kevin O'Connell target, or digging up a versatile guard, a rotation edge, or an aggressive slot corner. That kind of capital keeps the roster young, affordable, and competitive around our rookie quarterback. With J.J. McCarthy on the rise, every cheap contributor accelerates the plan and frees the front office to be aggressive in specific areas without clogging the books. Now, as fans, I know it feels weird to root for Daniel Jones, but think strategically. The more snaps he piles up, the better for us. If the Colts start flip-flopping, they burn Richardson's development clock again. It's a win-win scenario. Fourth rounder if he meets the bar, fifth rounder if he doesn't. The only real risk is a quick benching due to turnovers or injury. The message is simple. Track his snap share, listen to the pressers, and hope for steady weeks from Jones. And that wasn't even the wildest part of the day because the next move could hit our backfield directly. Some days a rumor is just smoke, but today there's a purple whiff of gunpowder in the air. A physically imposing running back, known for punishing defenses late, is being mentioned behind the scenes as a value opportunity. No empty hype. There's no offer on the table. No concrete sign of negotiations from Minnesota. Even so, when the league whispers that a power back might change addresses and you've got a rookie QB to protect, your radar lights up. Is it worth trading cheap capital for immediate security? Or is it smarter to trust what the roster has shown and hold fire until the late August cutdown? We're talking about Brian Robinson Jr. of the Commanders, on the trade block and cited by journalist Logan Ulrich as a possible Minnesota fit. The likely cost would be a late-round pick, nothing that would compromise next year's capital. The role would clearly be RB3, a Cam Akers 2.0, ready for heavy packages, goal line hammer, blitz pickup, and fourth-quarter clock killing. All without stealing the spotlight from Aaron Jones, our RB1, and keeping Jordan Mason as an impact RB2, especially when defenses tire and we want to pound the rock without mercy. But the internal board isn't empty. Xavier Scott earned genuine respect this preseason and may have stamped his ticket on merit. Ty Chandler knows the system and brings burst, but pass protection still worries, and whoever protects the rookie earns snaps. Add the calendar. On August 26th, the league becomes a waiver wave tsunami as teams cut down. A reliable veteran or an underused young back could shake loose with no draft cost. The front office has to weigh risk, price, playbook fit, and locker room chemistry before parting with a pick, however small. And Robinson himself? At 26, he runs zone with patient vision and churns out the ugly yards between the tackles. In Minnesota, he'd be a rotation piece, not a savior. He'd give Kevin O'Connell more flexibility to call screens, draws, and play action with comfort, keeping Mason fresh and Jones healthy into January. Washington seems open for business, and there are plausible competitors. The Chargers and Titans are natural fits. If the price drops and the staff doubts our youngsters' protection, it's worth pulling the trigger. If Xavier Scott confirms his rise, better to keep the pick. But hold on, because the fantasy red is about to spark some heated debate among fans. What's the ideal plan for Aaron Jones to deliver high-level play without getting ground down by the season? His history shows two realities. When healthy, he offers smart volume, burst on short routes, and rare security as a receiver. When the injuries stack up, the impact dips. In 2024, he logged 306 touches and 1,546 total yards, proving he's still got gas, but he played through hip, hamstring, rib, back, and quad issues. The trick is turning talent into efficiency without overloading the engine. That's about game design and load management, not stubborn volume. The fantasy market treats it coldly. Right now, he goes off the board around RB27 in PPR, and many folks stamp fade. There are reasons. His weekly ceiling topped out around 25.8 points, and Jordan Mason's arrival could siphon goal line chances, where stat explosions are born. But there's a counterweight. Kevin O'Connell uses the short pass as an extension of the run game, and with J.J. McCarthy speeding up the learning curve, the check down to number 33 becomes both safety valve and rhythm starter. In 2024, there were 7 games with 20-plus touches. It works, but it exacts a toll. The key is shifting toward high-value touches instead of simply stacking carries. Usage strategy is everything. If Jones lands around 60 to 65% of the snaps, it was 63.2% last season, and concentrates premium touches on third downs, 2-minute situations, screens, and draws against blitz. His per-play production rises, and his body thanks him. Mason can bite off goal line work and the ugly yards, preserving the veteran to close games. Add Xavier Scott injecting freshness in tempo packages, and the backfield gets deeper without losing identity. For fantasy players, a path to 200 points exists, something like 40 receptions, 5 touchdowns, and 1,300 combined yards. It isn't guaranteed, but it's in range if health cooperates and the plan stays disciplined. And the stands? Split. Some see imminent decline. Others see the technical leadership to stitch together long drives and take heat off the rookie. My purple bias is obvious. I wouldn't pay a premium in drafts, but inside Minnesota, I expect Jones's situational impact to beat that RB27 label. He doesn't need 25 carries a game. He needs to convert third and shorts, turn blitzes into chunk gains, and drain the clock when we're ahead. And while eyes linger on the veteran, a rookie keeps flashing in practice, and he might scramble the depth chart conversation in a way you'll enjoy. It's him, Max Brosmer. While we were debating backfield volume and efficiency, a rookie at the controls of the offense took advantage of a rare calendar window to shout, "I'm here," inside TCO. Tuesday was a lighter day. No pads, starters in walkthrough rhythm, and room for reserves to shine. In that context, Brosmer ran a 2-minute drill that became a processing showcase. Snap, high to low read, quiet feet, quick decision. The sequence was surgical. A rhythm throw underneath to Xavier Scott. Another connection with Bryson Nesbitt. Miles Price laying out at the sideline to move the sticks. Then a chunk gain with Dante Fleming slicing over the middle. Between plays, no forcing into closed windows. 2 smart throwaways when coverage clamped down. The defense even gave up a pass interference by corner Zemiah Vaughn in the end zone. The result? Touchdown to Price. A quick ball skimming the goal line just like the manual says. Later came more completions, a few natural misfires, and the same signature, anticipatory throws into the middle. Zooming out on the preseason, the picture is honest. 20 of 35, 203 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. There are ups and downs. He's an undrafted rookie, but one trait pops. Throwing on time before the break into a linebacker's blind spot, letting the receiver run after the catch. That shortens third downs, keeps the clock rolling, and offers the offensive coordinator on-rhythm play action. On a team betting on a young starter and needing calm at the back of the room, that profile matters. Practical impact? First, a real shot at the 53-man roster as QB3, especially if he stacks another good outing on Friday in Nashville against the Titans. Second, game day flexibility. If only 2 quarterbacks are active, having a developing third lowers the staff's stress for the following week. Third, compounding development. Scout team reps speed up timing with the back-end receivers, raising the group's floor. The timeline is tight. One last practice on Wednesday, travel the game, then cuts before flipping the switch to September 8th in Chicago. The stands split between promote him now and easy, it's August. But the rational read says patience. Right decisions, protect the ball, manage the clock. If Brosmer repeats the package on Friday, he busts the door to the 53 wide open. One thing is clear, the roster battle isn't over. It just got louder. A promising day for anyone wearing purple. An announcement in Indianapolis could turn into an extra draft pick. A reminder that mid-round capital sustains winning windows. In the backfield, Brian Robinson is a calculated opportunity, but Xavier Scott's rise and the post-cut-down market argue for patience. Aaron Jones remains a cornerstone. Efficiency and high-value touches over blind volume. And Max Brosmer with quick processing is turning expectations into a spot on the 53. Now it's on you, Vikings fan. What move would you make today if you were the GM? So let's keep that energy going, share this video, drop a comment, and hit that subscribe button for all the latest Vikings updates. Stay tuned. SKOL Vikings, let's go!